I listened very closely to Raila Odinga's speech yesterday during the burial of the late Barack, who was Ida Odinga's bodyguard. And one thing was very clear from that speech. Raila Odinga is still going to play a key role in Kenyan's politics. As a matter of fact, he asked his supporters to wait for his direction.
Tanaburu loso kodu ikidima biyono. Njigi kumwa mpodwani amenyo maber. Kucho bukare, tubu nyisuri, maya kama yu mwadu aluwa sani. Kama unti kani, wanya kare kiki. Mpodwani yu gani ya kamacha, samar loso poko chopo. Tuburo chopo. Puro chopo. Amyoka una ana biyo kama na mwendo wakonya thini maber. Nyathini unmare wadongo gwenka oduro gore ka niwagi kod gima mene ikore kama chingni ka omiyo ka rika chopo kata ng'ama chopo dala ema biro kawuono mondo ko Barak waduto te kodu to chunyu madoni chunyu kik dolre chunyu mondo bed motegno kech kama nitie ni an pok aol Tuwa muda old. Adhime. Amunya wachu ni una akuru ni miyath to wachni agoge. Wajibu mukchimo chobuchinga uchiek maber bugo marabuni izu kaka kumalo. Eru kama na Nyasaye mondo konyu.
But there's something which I want us to look at. Raila Odinga's succession politics in Luo Nyanza. And why, personally, I tend to think that the Luo members of parliament should support Babu Owino instead of trying to dim his light.
I'm the Secretary General for Kenya Young Parliamentarians, and I believe that when we are on the floor of the House, so long as the interest of the motions that we are presenting is for Kenyan citizens, then we always speak as a unit. But when we come back, because we come from various political parties. When we're in those political parties, we represent different ideologies. A good example, Honorable Soro, I supports Deputy President. I support Raila Odinga with all my body parts and organs. Now, as Babu Owino, Honorable Soro sponsored a motion that I seconded, taking into account that we come from different political parties.
Yeah. For those who were here yesterday, I did this video, but I made reference to an alleged tweet by Ongondowere. I came to realize that the tweet was not from Ongondowere, but that tweet was from a pseudo account, and I had to pull down the video. So I want to apologize to Ongondowere and any other person who might have seen the tweet. If you go to Twitter, the tweet is still there, and it's a fake tweet, so just ignore it. But why do I strongly believe that Babu Owino can succeed Raila Odinga? I know in Luo Nation, there is this belief that leadership is never given Telo Ikao, that Raila Odinga never waited for Jaramogi Oginga Odinga to hand him over the leadership of the Luo Nation. But again, if you look at the changing political dynamics in this country, then you will agree that someone like Babu Owino can actually learn his lessons under the feet of Raila Odinga. Babu Owino can actually be mentored by members of parliament from the Luo Nation, and the same Luo members of parliament can actually propel Babu Owino to greater heights. And I have my beliefs why I strongly believe that Babu Owino is the best individual. I'm very sorry for that noise. I hope it's not going to really interfere with us. Why do I strongly believe that Babu Owino is the best person Luo Nation should mentor?
Uhuru is our chairman in Azimio. But for me to say that it's a long con, it means that I've thought over it, I've thought through it, and I've made a conclusion that we were conned.
The other day you posted ukasema the president almeharibu hesabu yako. Nini, what was the hesabu? What was the hesabu?
Sasa hii ningekuwa waziri wa education bana. And I would have been a cabinet secretary for education. And as I said, comrades, students would be studying for free. Right now, education would be free of charge. Nobody would have been sent out of school. So what I know is that there's still time, and God's time is the best. Let him serve, but let him work for people.
If you look at the people who are emerging, there are several. There is Okotho Bado. I don't think he can really go beyond Luo Nation. There is Evans Kidero. He was the governor for Nairobi and he really disappointed majority of Luos. There is Edu Dowalo, who is now a cabinet secretary for ICT. Raphael Tuju was being mentioned. In fact, if Raila Odinga had won the presidency, Raphael Tuju was going to play a huge role and therefore was going to propel himself into that national limelight. So I've looked at the majority of Luo members of parliament and leaders, and I'm only seeing Babu Owino. There is James Orengo. Based on age, I don't think James Orengo is the right person. There is Anyang' Nyong'o. Based on age, I don't think is the right time. Then there are also other leaders like Mark Nyamita of Uriri. There is David Osiany. But Babu Owino is actually emerging because for me, he has what it takes. And for those who've been following the politics of this country, in 2017, Babu Owino caused a huge political storm in this country when he referred to Uhuru Kenyatta as
Dafi alitolewa na wananchi, kama Babu alitolewa na wananchi, kama Yaya Jammeh alitolewa na wananchi. Wewe ni nani? Wewe ni mtoto wa mbwa. Wananchi power. Wananchi team.
So in this video, I want to explain why Babu Owino is the ban. Before we do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Why Babu Owino? Number one, age factor. Age is favoring Babu Owino as we speak. Babu Owino is serving his second term in parliament right now. He has the option of going for the Senate. He has the option of running a third term. Babu Owino has the option of running for the Nairobi gubernatorial seat. I don't know what you'd advise him to, where you'd advise him to go to, but for me, I tend to think that Babu Owino must really, really focus and strategize. And he must strategize well. Otherwise, William Ruto is also keen on ensuring that he's destroyed. In 2017, Uhuru and Ruto tried to stop him. They could not. In 2022, Ruto also tried so hard to stop Babu Owino. Babu Owino just had to go through because he has performed in Embakasi East. Babu Owino is popular, very popular in his own constituency. Number two, Babu Owino acceptability amongst Kenyans. Now, if you look within the political circles, both sides, there are certain politicians who are acceptable across the country. Babu Owino is acceptable across the country, and it manifested itself during the campaigns. Raila Odinga would be cheered. People would always demand Babu Owino to speak. There is Moses Kuria is a bit acceptable, although his language. There is someone like Kipchumba Murkomen is acceptable across the country. So we have very few such politicians who are acceptable nationally. And because of Babu acceptability across the country, the Luo nation, particularly their leaders, must nurture Babu Owino. Babu Owino only requires a bit of mentorship, because I've seen people telling me, oh, Lee, Babu Owino cannot because, he has issues, Tell me any leader in this country who is credible. Tell me.
Tunasema in the end, God will punish both the oppressed and the oppressor equally. The oppressor shall be punished for oppressing the oppressed, while the oppressed shall be punished for accepting oppression. Therefore, do not oppress and do not agree to be oppressed. Penye tumefika sahi, tumeona bei ya mafuta imeenda juu. Uki-increase bei ya mafuta, una-increase bei vya bidhaa zote ambazo ziko hapa nchini. Inamaanisha kila kitu itaenda juu na the cost of living inaenda juu. Kwa hivyo nyinyi kama wanabunge na Wakenya wote, msikubali hii humiliation. Hiyo ni sawa?
Yes. Just tell me one who is credible. Even the one who are leading now, tell me if they are credible. So Babu Owino must be mentored, in my view, because it's already acceptable. Number 3 is Babu Owino's brand of politics. The truth of the matter is that Babu Owino's brand of politics resonates so well with the majority of Raila Odinga supporters across the country. In fact, if Babu Owino were to be paired with this gentleman from Kilifi, Fikirini Williams, that would be a serious ticket. And that's why sometimes I'm very bitter with ODM, why they could not nominate the young man to Senate. And even if that happened, why they could not nominate him to Kilifi County Assembly. So that at the end of the day, he's mentored. So Babu Owino's brand of politics is something which is really appealing to majority of Raila Odinga supporters. Listening to Babu Owino very briefly, his brand of politics.
I, Babu Owino, having been elected a member of the National Assembly, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people, Republic of Kenya, and Raila Odinga.
That order.
He forgot to write that.
Mheshimiwa, just hold on. The Constitution says that it should be taken in the form it is prescribed.
Okay.
So I'm asking you to start again, and this time round, you do it in a proper manner.
Okay.
Business telling me no, you. Honorable Babu Owino, we are in the National Assembly. Honorable Babu Owino, what did you just say? Honorable Babu Owino, I order you out of the chamber. I order you out of the chamber. Out of the chamber. Babu Owino, I order you out of the chamber. I order you out of the chamber. Honorable Babu Owino, I order you out of the chamber. We need mature debate here. Honorable Babu Owino, out of the chamber. Sergeant at Arms.
Number 4 is Babu Owino's political experience. Babu Owino has been elected twice as member of parliament. Babu Owino remains the longest student leader. Sonu chairman, longest. Nobody has ever achieved the feat Babu Owino achieved at the University of Nairobi. And during that period, Babu Owino learned his political lessons. He knows how to win elections. He knows how to stop rigging. He knows what to do where. And because of that, that's why he actually managed to outwit even Uhuru and Ruto in 2013 and 2017, because they were keen on punishing him. So Babu Owino has that political experience. He knows what to say where, when to talk, when not to talk, and of course, he's also very sensitive to the kind of audience he's always addressing.
Jambo la pili, ningependa kuomba rais wetu Raila Odinga, mimi naomba akitengeneza serikali yake, mimi nipewe cabinet secretary wa interior. Wananchi tidim na hiyo cabinet secretary, mimi mtu wa kwanza tunasema wakikamata mtu wa kwanza nitakamata ni Matiani.
Number 5 is loyalty. If there's one individual who is loyal to a cause, it's Babu Owino. When Babu Owino was the student leader, he was loyal to the students. As a member of parliament for Embakasi East, the residents of Embakasi East, regardless of their tribe and whoever they voted for, love Babu Owino. And that's why they ended up giving him more votes in last year's election. Babu Owino is also very loyal to Raila Odinga. I'm sure he might actually call me. I'm sure Babu Owino might call me later today to pull down this video. Because he doesn't want anything which portrays him as someone who is ambitious, especially against Raila Odinga. But Babu Owino is loyal. His loyalty cannot be questioned. Listen in to Babu Owino briefly.
I, Babu Owino, having been elected a member of the National Assembly, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people, Republic of Kenya, and Raila Odinga.
That order.
He forgot to write that.
Mheshimiwa, just hold on. The Constitution says that it should be taken in the form it is prescribed.
Okay.
So I'm asking you to start again, and this time round, you do it in a proper manner.
Okay.
And lastly, Babu Owino, the wise man. Who is a wise man? Babu Owino is a wise man. If you know, you know. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny.